What's up, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and I'm here for my second episode, or the second part to the first episode of my new series called Exploring the Arsenal with Asian Psycho, aka Toho Sniper 98. So once again, if you guys aren't familiar with what this new series is all about, I suggest you guys go to my Exploring the Arsenal discussion video, where I discuss everything that there is to know about this new series that I'm trying to do. So yeah. Maybe I'll leave a link to the annotation there, and sorry about the vlogs, dude, and let's get right into the CQBR gun review. Now, the CQBR, if you guys didn't know, because you're too low of a rank or you just joined the game, is a GP rare variant of the M4A1. Before Nexon kind of switched up the gun system before, it used to be considered a GP rare, where you can only get it out of a mystery G supply case or the gray Heisa cases. But because they added that GP rares are available for purchase in the GP shop normally, but only available to very high ranks, I believe the M4A1 CQBR is unlocked at Major 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there it is, the Nexon put in that that option, and yeah, it's a very good variant of the M4A1, and if whenever you get it, I suggest you guys try it out because it's very good. Now let's get right into the CQBR stats. Nexon gives the CQBR a damage rating of 38, so it's identical to the M4A1. However, I will give you a personal kind of anecdote on the M4A1's damage. It feels a lot more powerful than the actual the regular M4A1. I don't know why, but it feels a lot more powerful. I can't really explain why it is. It just feels more powerful. It feels like you can put people down a lot faster than the M4A1. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if you guys disagree with me or not, but it's up to personal opinion. Nexon just gives it a 38 or damage rating anyway, so that's up to you. Moving on to the portability, it is a 65, so it's a 5-point improvement over the original M4A1, and you can really feel it because, well, at least I can feel it because whenever I run around the M4 and the CQBR, I always feel like the CQBR is much faster. So CQBR stands for close quarters battle rifle anyway, so it kind of makes sense, you know. So yeah, so the M4A1 CQBR is very fast, and I don't think you need to take out your pistol or knife with it. You can run very fast with it, as long as you have some kind of speed gear. Moving on to rate of fire, its rate of fire is the same to the M4's at 74, so it's a very fast firing rifle. It feels the same as the regular M4, so I don't really need to explain it again. As for its accuracy, the accuracy on this thing is also 80, so once again it's identical to the original M4A1. The recoil is actually reduced to 62. Now you can feel this a lot because I think scoped in with the M4A1 CQBR, goddamn mines, with the CQBR, when you're scoped in and you go full auto, the spread, the kind of a shot spread, is actually a bit tighter. So there is a significant recoil reduction. I don't really feel a difference while spraying from the hip though. So I mean, if you guys really are into spraying while scoped in, I guess it helps you guys out a little bit, but for most part, I don't feel like it's that much of an improvement, though having a less recoil is always nice. Now moving on to the recoil spread. The spread is actually identical, if not less than the original M4A1. So once again, I don't feel like I need to explain it because, I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's very good. Moving on to the Recoil Kickback, I feel like the Kickback is even less than the M4A1's, even if the M4A1's Recoil Kickback even existed at all. But then, yeah, it's very good, in other words. So, when you're spraying from the hip, it's actually a very good idea for the CQBR, at least. As for the recoil controllability, you can go full auto with this thing and still manage to land your most of your shots. So if you need to spray, I suggest you spray, because if that's the only option you got, I mean, go ahead and do it. It might save your life. So as for the luck, I feel like the M4A1 CQBR's luck on this over the M4, the original M4, is a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but because considering my bad luck, but I feel like I do get a lot more headshots with the CQBR. Later in this video, you're gonna see me, maybe in this life, when I respawn. Yeah, maybe you'll see me headshot a guy across the corridor on the left side where I am now, from like all the way across the corridor, and it was on the first shot too. So the M4A1 CQBR's luck is quite good. You can try to aim for heads while spraying and score like a reliably decent chance at scoring a lotto. Though once again, I don't recommend banking on lottos to get you kills. It's not a good idea to begin with, anyways. As for its ammo capacity, it's standard at 30 rounds over 90 in reserve. Once again, I have a extended mag 1 on it because that's just how I roll. So I have 40 in magazine and 80 in reserve. For the muzzle noise, it's slightly different. Oh, sorry about that. It's slightly different from the M4A1s in that it's a little bit deeper, I feel. I don't know. Some people have told me it sounds identical, but for me, I feel like there's a tone kind of frequency decrease for the CQBR. I don't know if that's really true or not, but that's just how I feel. So once again, because of its low frequency muzzle noise, you can engage in long distance engagements without being noticed too much, as long as people don't see your muzzle flash, that is. For the most part, when you're fighting at long range, your enemy won't be able to hear you. It's not a very loud noise, or it's not a very loud gun to begin with, so it's not something you should be worried about. For its attachment options, you can attach all mods to this, such as sights, let's see, extended mags or magazine mods, or suppressors. So once again, I don't recommend a suppressor on this because, as you can see, the damage rating of 38 is pretty low, and having a 10% decrease on that is kind of too much for it, I think. And a scope, I forgot to mention in my previous M4A1 video that the scope is pretty much mandatory for the M4 series. ACOG being preferable. I mean, that's just my opinion, but then, I mean, ACOG lets you fight at longer distances than you normally would with an iTech. So my frank personal opinions on the CQBR. The CQBR is very good. It's extremely good, in fact. It would be one of my favorite guns had I not have even more guns that I need to play around with and I like better. But then it's a very solid gun, like that lotto. And it's a very solid gun. I suggest you guys use it as much as you can whenever you are able to. And yeah. As for its final rating, I would give it around a 77% at close range, a 82% at middle range, and about a 90% at long range. Because for some reason it feels a lot more powerful. I don't know why, but I felt like my long distance engagements with my CQBR proved to be very, very good. So that will give us a final rating of crap. I have my calculator, how it's not here. But anyways, I'll put in an annotation for its final rating. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and peace.